Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be reviewing the movie The Other Woman, which you can watch here on YouTube on Uche Montana TV. So in this movie, we have this couple who have been married for 25 years now. So the movie opens up with them doing their wedding anniversary celebration, family, friends, loved one, and all of. Get to find out that things are not so perfect and rosy in their marriage, and the husband meets this girl, and he starts stepping out of his marriage, gets into a full-blown relationship or an affair with this other lady he meets. And on the other end, this lady in question that he met is somebody that doesn't entertain or doesn't want to have anything to do with married people, because imagine the guy she was dating before in the past was married, like he was already married. Is it traditionally or white wedding marriage, and she didn't know, she didn't have any idea, just for her to eventually find out later on that this guy is married. So it was just like a no for her. She doesn't want to entertain married men. And when she first met this guy, she asked about his status, and he was like he's divorced, because obviously he's older and he looks married. So he told her that he's divorced, and I think that was what made her feel a bit relaxed and let her guard down and entertain the idea of getting to know this new person. So now they've been talking, they're getting to know themselves, and feelings are of course involved. And she genuinely, likes this new guy. And of course, he gave her a fake name because he's a wealthy man. His family is well known. So he gave, I think his name is Frank Greggs or Frank something, sure. But he gave her Femi Adekunle just so that to cover up his deceit and his lies. Because when she first met him, she was trying to look him up and get an idea of who this guy is, as everybody you usually do. Even her friend to try looking up this Femi Adekunle up, and there was nothing online about him. But that's by the way. Then on the other end now with his wife, the wife, their relationship is very, I don't even know how to explain it, Sha. But I think they have an understanding, but they seem to be loving the relationship, but it's not as as you would expect it to be. Because I think the man has this thing, he has a problem with the wife being controlling or having control over the affairs of the home and basically everything. It's like the husband cannot do anything or tell the staffs, domestic staff, to do something without them wanting to get permission from the wife. And that always bothered him. But I'm like everything was just, I guess maybe it has been a build up in their marriage for a long time, because the marriage just seemed very weird, very somehow. Sure. There was, just watch the movie, you understand. So long story short, the new his girlfriend, the new boo, and his wife form a friendship because she sells art, and the wife loves art pieces. And one thing leads to another, they get connected, and they become friends, and they start talking and become friendly, and start hanging out and want to get into business together, just for her to invite her new friend to her house. And the new friend sees that this is the wife of the person she is talking to. Crazy, right? It's just a whole lot of, oh my gosh. Because even with the way the movie ended, there has to be a part two, because we need to know what happens. Like, okay, now that she knows what she's going to do, like what would happen, like would she confront him? Would she cut him off? Like, would she still get into business with the wife? Because on the other end as well, the wife has her own suspicions that her husband is cheating on her. Like she said, like this is not the first time he has had flings, but this one feels different because he's smiling more. He's being very doing fit farm, being very active, going on walks, jogs, playing tennis, and she's like, there's something different about this particular time, and she doesn't want to confront him. She doesn't want to question him because of the fear of seeming, coming off desperate or vulnerable to her husband. So she's like, she's not going to do any of that till she becomes aware, like, it's not just in her head anymore. Then she would pick her things and, keep it moving, sort of thing, that she won't bring herself down for any man. I'm so curious to see what would become of, the three of them, like what would eventually happen, how would things pan out for the wife in question, for the new her new friend in question. So it's just interesting. Like it's an interesting story to get to see it from different perspectives, not from the case of, oh, the man is just cheating on his wife with this new girl. We get to see it from the mistress's perspective, her not even knowing that she's indeed a mistress, and the craziness of each ultra. So the movie, I think the main actors in the movie, of course, would be Amanda, who is played by Uche Montana. So she is the other woman. So she's a very hardworking, has a business going for her. She's very um, driven. She has like a good head on her shoulder. So she met this her guy Femi that she actually really really likes, and all of that. Then we get to see the character Queen, who is played by Shaffy Bello. So Queen happens to be, the wife of Mr. Frank in this movie. So she is a social, like a this socialite they call them. She's a very wealthy woman. So she's a woman of power and influence. Like she uses, money, power. When she walks into the room, she commands a lot of respect. And she's very authoritative and a no nonsense person, basically, Sha. Then we also get to see the husband, the person in between these two ladies, who is Frank to his wife and Femi to his mistress. He is played by William Benson. So he's actually like a really, really, really good actor. You enjoy watching him in this movie. Just that I think we get to see like two different sides of him. We get to see a side of him when he's with Amanda that is very sweet, very loving, very attentive. Do you get? So we don't get to see a different side of him when he's with his wife. He's very harsh, very cold, very distant, very, it's like just opposite sides of the coin. Like he I don't like, that's just what the vibe he gives off to these different women in this movie. So yeah. So then other people will get to see in the movie will of course be Amanda's friend. I've forgotten her name. Her friend who she tells everything to, and who advised her to get a private investigator to figure out who this guy is before she dumps all her feelings, and trying to avoid her friend getting into something dangerous with somebody she's not fully aware of. Then of course we get to see Femi's friends, and the therapist who Queen usually goes to vent and to express herself to. Then yeah, I think that's it for the movie, Sha. The Other Woman. If you've watched the movie The Other Woman, let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you think would happen in part two? How do you think the confrontation would go? What do you think? Like, it's just like there's so much that could happen in part two. Like, would he leave his wife for Amanda, or would they both just leave him and just move on with their lives? So let's hope that part two drops really really soon. You can watch this movie on Uche Montana TV here on YouTube. If you're new to my channel, do subscribe, like if you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.